What up, what up, what up, New York Giant Nation? It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan, coming back at y'all with the Week 6 edition of the True Blue Preview. And we know we got them Los Angeles Rams coming into town with that ferocious defense and a pretty high-powered offense. So we know we got our work cut out for us this week, New York Giant faithful. But hopefully, maybe we can pull off what many believe is going to be the impossible on Sunday. We'll find out, man. But let's get into some offensive tips to this game, man. First things first. As of today, man, Daniel Jones is now a full participant at practice, and it is really, really looking like he will be playing in this football game on Sunday. Couple more tests to pass, but he pretty much looks like he will pass those. And the fact that he's a full go in practice today pretty much says pretty much points in the direction of him being out on that field on Sunday when this team faces the Los Angeles Rams. That's a little better for the New York Giants because definitely would rather have Daniel Jones than Mike Glennon. I know a lot of y'all have been up in the air, mixed feelings about this. A lot of people this week have said even if Jones were to clear the protocol, he should still take a week off anyway. And it sounds good saying that, and I get where some of you are coming from with that theory, but at the same time, a competitor is a competitor is a competitor. And if he's healthy and can physically go, he wants to be on that field and go. And you know what? I don't think it's a good. I don't agree that it would be a good idea to hold him back if he's healthy enough to be on that field and play. So I think we should all take this as a blessing that we probably will have our starting quarterback. Now, hopefully, we can get Andrew Thomas, who is still only practicing at a limited role, from what I understand right now. But hopefully, he'll still be able to give it a go on Sunday, and he can get his regular left tackle back out there because we surely will need him. He has been our absolute best offensive lineman so far this season. And with him out there, hopefully, one thing we'll be able to do is get the running game going with a committee approach. We don't have Saquon Barkley back there this week it's going to take away all the touches from everybody else. So they're going to give him a steady dose of Devontae Booker. Maybe we can get a Gary Brightwell appearance this week. Elijah Penny, I believe, who has actually more touches than Brightwell so far on the season. I don't know what the real story behind that is, but Brightwell's a guy we used a draft pick on. It was a late-round draft pick, short and everything, but at the same time, a draft pick nonetheless. And if you're going to draft a guy, he went through all the training camp. He came out of training camp with a roster spot. I mean, you might as well see what this kid can do. You never know sometimes. You might have another diamond in the rough. I mean, after all, Ahmad Bradshaw was a 7th-round draft pick. That kid turned into a pretty much a franchise running back for a few years for us. So might as well let's see what we got in this kid this week. This is obviously the best opportunity to do so. Sure, it's going to be against a very ferocious defense led by absolute stud Aaron Donald up front. I mean, I said it earlier in the week on my podcast. I believe Aaron Donald is the best individual player at any position, period, in the National Football League. That's how I feel about Aaron Donald. That man is an absolute dog. He is everything he's everything our roster lacks. You know what I mean? It is what it is. He's a phenomenal football player, and we better figure out a way to be able to, at the very least, slow him down because it ain't no actual stopping him. But we got to figure out a way to at least slow him down. And good news also on the injury front, New York Giant Nation. We do got Sterling Shepard returning back to the lineup, it looks like. So that's always a positive. We get to see him out on the field. And now since we know we have in Kadarius Toney, we can get to see those two together. And, we'll see how they do together, how things work out. And just another thing, with all the injuries and everything this offense is dealing with right now this week, gonna be dealing with this week, just gotta pull together, man, and just be and unite, man, because clearly the defense doesn't seem to have that moxie to go out there and make up for times like this where the offense could be lacking. Because like I said, there's going to be no Galladay. There's going to be no Barkley. I feel like Kyle Rudolph has already checked out. That's my opinion. I just watched him play. It looks pretty lackluster at best so far with his effort. But hey, maybe he's disappointed with his opportunities. I don't know. I don't get what's going on with that guy. He's just not the same player he was in Minnesota. Doesn't appear to be the same player that he was in Minnesota, at least anyway. Right now, it's like he's just collecting a check right now. But yeah, just absolutely just pull together, man. Just try to come through because right now defense isn't giving you giving up much resistance. So you got to be able to score points offense, and hopefully with Daniel Jones in the lineup, that'll maybe be a little easier than it would have been with Mike Glennon this week. But on to the defensive side of the football. For God's sakes, defense, gonna hit somebody this week, and when you hit them, are you gonna actually take them down to the ground? Tackling. We got to be the worst tackling team in the league. It feels like we are anyway. It feels like we are because we hit guys and just bounce off of them. It seems like most of the time. It's absolutely. I'm just tired of looking at it. It's a crap product y'all putting on the field right now. Wrap up, tackle some damn body. And once again, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it until it actually happens. Put together, figure out a way to create some sort of a pass rush. Something to maybe help the back end out. That the back end of this defense, which also has been struggling at times, maybe if you can generate some form of a consistent pass rush, that would help the guys on the back end out a little bit too. And is anyone this week going to step up and emerge as an alpha defender? Somebody. Anybody. Who wants to do it? Who wants to be the guy, man? Like, we need somebody. Somebody got to step up. And even if that's somebody that's been sitting on the bench all season, maybe somebody sitting on the bench wants to come out there, step up, and show the guys that have been playing how it's done. Because at this point, they can't do any worse. So what they wasting away on the bench for? What really? Because the guys you putting on the field don't want to get it done. Let's see if somebody on that sideline want to get it done. This is getting ridiculous. I'm losing my patience with this defense. Absolutely. So someone needs to emerge. And for God's sakes, defense, you got to start taking advantage of the opportunities. They're always there, but we never seem to seize the moment. Turnover opportunities, they're there. Yet, you keep coming up short. Got to seize the moment. Got to take advantage of the opportunities when given. I just don't want to see another potential interception, hit the ground. At least not one that's right dead in your hands. And we've been doing a lot of that this season. We could be right behind the Cowboys in turnovers right now, and forced turnovers, I feel like. We could be. But we choose not to make it happen. And just move on to some other things I'll be looking for in this game, man. And I'm going to be looking to see exactly how we're going to utilize Kadarius Toney, who is now, I think we can officially say, legitimately is the New York Giants. He's not a secret weapon anymore. He's a straight-up weapon. And he is the closest thing we got to a dog, it looks like, with that dog mentality, that will to want to win. Because that guy went out there on Sunday against them Cowboys and gave it everything he had. And he literally went out swinging. Literally. So I'm curious to see how he'll be utilized this week. I'm curious to see if this coaching staff can use him and Sterling Shepard in harmony together, or if this is going to be something else that's going to trip this coaching staff up as they somewhat, kind of play the same position in a sense. But they don't have the same kind of skill set. Sterling Shepard does not have the moves of Kadarius Toney. At the same time, Kadarius Toney doesn't have the overall savvy of Sterling Shepard. That's why I'm very excited to see how these two can be used together. And I'm also going to be looking to see how Andrew Thomas is able to hold up on that bad foot. You know what I mean? I'm curious to see how it's going. If he is able to play, will that really impact his ability? You know what I mean? To block, to do everything he needs to do, because he has absolutely been our best offensive lineman so far throughout this season. It looks like he's going to just flat out be our best offensive lineman as the season progresses. I don't see how that's going to change. I'm just curious to see how he's able to, move, and if he'll be okay on that bad wheel. And can the defense step up with all the injuries on this offense. Just finally, just step up. Take some accountability, man. Offense is banged up, and I guarantee they're going to still get the Rams their best shot because that's just how the offense has been most of this season. Once this offense cleans up their red zone problems, it could just be electrifying, man. It really could be because between the 20s, we've been absolutely one of the best offenses in the league. Problem is, we always find a way to stall our drives offensively. But the defense, right now, you got to, man, because the effort in the Dallas game, it wasn't good enough. When everybody was going down, Barkley, Jones, Galladay, like I said, Thomas was already out, Shepard was already out, Slayton was already out. Like, with all those injuries, all those issues on the offensive side of the football, it was very disappointing to see no one on this defense, or the defense as a unit in general, just be able to step up and start making some plays and helping their offense out a little bit more. So I'm really curious to see that. But with that being said, it's that time where I got to let y'all know what I think that score is going to be. And honestly, nothing's going to change from what I said on my podcast on Wednesday. I just got to keep it 100 with myself. Right now, I'm just not seeing it. I'm going to change it up a little. I'm not going to change it at all much. No, you know what? Because even with Jones playing, I'm still not going to be 100% sure we're going to be able to get it done against this team. Because there's still so much other thing. Like for what it's worth, Jones has all his best games with number 26 behind him in the backfield, and that's just not going to be the case this week. So, with that being said, man, I see him potentially having his worst game of the season, to be quite frank, against this Rams defense. And I'm going to keep the score the same as I predicted on my podcast on Wednesday. I got Rams 42-17, man. Back-to-back 40 burgers on us, man. And like I said, hopefully, like I always say, prove me wrong. That's what I want y'all to do because I love this team. You know what I mean? To the moon, baby. But I can't sit here and just say, you know what I mean, nonsense out of my mouth. I just can't. I just don't see a way that we're going to win this football game. No matter what. I just don't. And maybe you can prove me wrong. And I tell you what, I have a whole new attitude because this will be a big one. If we can pull this one out some kind of way with everything we'll be going through this week, yeah, I have a whole different outlook on this football team, man. But I need to see that happen. So I really legit believe 42-17, that's what I got. And before I exit this video, man, I'm going to let y'all know, man, please support that breast cancer awareness movement, man. Like, it's a real thing, man. Please, like, anything you can do to support this disease. We need to find a cure for this disease that's been taking so many amazing lives day in and day out. So, you know what I mean? I have a link in my description. You can go follow. Any donation is no donation is too small. Anything helps. Any and everything helps. So please, if you can, support breast cancer awareness. I'll leave a link in my description that you can go to if you can. And don't forget to tune in after the game with the True Blue Aftermath live on YouTube with your boy MacDaGiantsFan. Peace! I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at MacDaGiantsFan. That's MacDa Giants Fan.